What's up, guys? This is Mind Speak, and this is a testimony for the ADA method by Darius J. Wright. Recently, I've been having a couple of out-of-body experiences, a couple of successes with the method, and it's truly changed my paradigm of how I look at reality, how I see the world. And this video is just a testimony of what I've discovered throughout my process using the ADA method. So far, I've had around 3 or 4 out-of-body experiences. People call it astral projection. If you're not familiar with Darius J. Wright or the ADA method I'm talking about, Darius J. Wright is an experienced out-of-body traveler. He explains the nature of reality and the nature of us, what we are as souls, and the fundamentals of consciousness and existence. I got on this path of discovering the true nature of us, the true nature of reality, the true nature of what we are, the nature of consciousness, and the ADA method has really changed my perspective on life, period. I just want to share this just to hone in that we are the creator of our realities. We are the spark within, the spark lies within us. And I just want to go over the out-of-body experiences that I've had. Just let this be a spark of courage or motivation, because once you realize that you are more than this body, that you are more than this world, what society has told you that you are, the negative beliefs that you have about yourself, once you cross these barriers and once you take on this experience or this method of leaving your body, it will change how you look at the world and life, period. So I just want to go over my experiences, and hopefully that can motivate you, encourage you to take upon this path yourself and really discover these things for yourself, because experience is the best teacher and you are your own experience, and your own experience will always be a testimony. And I'm just sharing my own experience, so hopefully you can have one for yourself and realize these things. So my first out-of-body experience, it was very short, very simple, but this is a feeling that I will never forget. So it starts with me laying in my bed. I use binaural beats. I use delta wave binaural beats. You can find them on YouTube. I use delta frequencies whenever I practice. So once I practice, I put the beats on, I go to sleep. So this first experience, this was in the middle of the night, around, I would say around 2 or 3 a.m. I physically remember I floated on top of my bed. So what happened was I was in a dream, then I became aware that I was in a dream, and that I was noticing an image that was floating above my head. And so that's when I became conscious, and then I returned back to my body and my physical awareness of my body in the bed. And what ended up happening was I ended up staying calm during the process. It's very important to keep your emotions at bay while you are practicing. I started floating out of my body, levitating, physically feeling myself coming up, levitating away from my body, but it felt like it was me. I did not feel like I was in my body at the time laying down in my bed. It felt like I was floating up, rising, defying gravity. And what I remember is I gracefully stood up next to my bed, and then I walked in front of my bed. I opened the door to my room, and I was in my hallway. I couldn't really see at the time. Throughout more of the out-of-body experiences that I've had, I've been able to train my soul sight, you will call it. Being able to see, I've been able to train that more. But this first out-of-body, I was practically blind during it. I could only see the dark. But I can visually pick up and intuitively pick up where I was at and where I was located, because once you exit the body, you know where you are intuitively. You're not confused about where you are exactly. You know where you are at or where you are located. You know where to go once you're out of body. But I will never forget that feeling. I'll never forget that first feeling of me levitating up. I've been practicing for I would say the beginning of June. So it's been months that I've been practicing, and I didn't see results until weeks and months after, because this first experience happened in August. So that was my first experience, and it was pivotal. It was pivotal. And the thing about these out of bodies is that you know when you have done it successfully. You won't question yourself thinking that it was just a dream or another alternate experience. Like, you know that you left your physical body and you discovered something that can change your whole perspective on reality. And I'll tell you about the most recent out of body that I've had, and this is a lot more detailed. Again, not a crazy experience, but it dealt with the vision that I had, and so I just want to share that. So I did the method again. I became conscious that I was in a dream. That's usually how it happens. I'm usually in the middle of a dream, then I become lucid, and then I return back to my body. Then I become conscious, and I stay calm. And what I would describe it is a vibration. It's a frequency. That's just what it is. And you feel your astral and soul body coming out. You know it, you feel it, and you feel into it. But it's always best to remain calm, because this is the point that I want to hone in, is that nothing can ever happen to you on the other side. Nothing can ever happen to you. You're not going to die. If you feel fear, that's an illusion. That's a lie. Do not give in to the fear. Do not give in. Because fear is the number one way to control the soul. It's the number one way to control a person, a being, a consciousness. That's the number one way to control somebody, is to install fear or to feel fearful about a situation. But doing these out of bodies, it trains you, and it's trained me to overcome certain fears. And in this experience, I didn't have fear, and so I was able to flawlessly come out. And what ended up happening was I gracefully stood up next to my bed, and I felt the magnetic pull of my body. Now, this is something that I want to address as well. When you come out of your body, it's best to get out of your physical body vicinity, leave that vicinity, and go somewhere else. Do not stick around to your body. If you want to prolong the experience, it's cool to see your body, but it's just best to get away from the surrounding area of your physical body, because there's a magnetic pull. So basically, your body is an electromagnetic field, and once your soul body or your astral body, whatever term you want to use, once it exits your body, you will feel a magnetic pull towards it. And so it's best that as soon as you feel it and as soon as you come out, that you leave and vacate the premises of your physical body. In this experience, I felt the magnetic pull of my body, and so I walked to my bathroom, and I was going to teleport somewhere with my mirror that I have. So I walked in the bathroom, and another thing to note, there's a lot that goes into this out of body stuff, but when you are out, it feels more physical than physical reality. So this reality that I exist in, it doesn't feel as real as the out of body. It feels more dense, and Darius touches on this a lot, that the other side, once you leave the physical body, it feels more real because you access more of the light spectrum. We, as physical beings, we are only perceiving a certain percentage of the light spectrum, and also we're very limited in our senses in these bodies. In this experience, I felt the denseness and the physicality of everything. From the doorknob, from the way I held the doorknob, from every step that I took, I felt vibration, I felt the density of it all. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, because of this experience, I could actually see. Initially when I came out, I only saw darkness and blackness, but as soon as I was leaving my physical body more and more, I was able to see more. And I turned on the light in my bathroom and I saw myself in the mirror. Now, what I think that I was in was a dimensional space, but that's a whole nother topic. But what I remember and what I can physically feel and remember me exiting is that I was in my bathroom and I saw my reflection in the mirror. And the way that I look in my outer bodies, it feels more real than how I look in the mirror in physical reality. I saw my reflection in the mirror and I look exactly like how I look, but I could see more of myself, if that makes any sense. And through the outer body, you'll gain those insights and gain those and feel how real it is. And I was going to use it as a portal, but from what I believe from my experience was that I was in my dimensional space, so I wasn't really able to teleport or to come in where I was going through the mirror. But that didn't matter in this experience, just the fact that I left and I was able to see my reflection in the mirror. That's what made it all worth it. Seeing my own reflection, seeing myself outside of my body and seeing my soul body. And it looks just like yourself. It can change, it can morph. I've had other experiences where my appearance morphed. In other experiences, I look more Egyptian. I had very bronze skin like how I do right now, but I was taller in some of them. I had curlier hair. I just want to say that the outer body is a real thing, and I want to be that inspiration for anybody that's watching and for any skeptics that's watching, because if anything, I am a skeptic. If anything, I'm a skeptic. If anything, I'm always questioning things. I've always been a questioning person. I've always been a questioning kid. Usually this is the road that we go down, and so if anything, I'm a skeptic. And so I like testing things and I like testing the proof of everything. And what I ended up realizing is that it's real. It's real. What I want and the message that I want to share with anybody that's watching, with everybody that's watching, this is the message that I want to give, is that you are eternal. You are not bound to this physical body. You are not tied to the things that you believe about yourself. And the will of your soul is that powerful, guys. The will of your soul is so strong. You are strong, you are confident, and you are love. Give yourself love. You are eternal love. That's what you are, and that is your true nature. And whether you do the out of body or not, just understand that you are infinite as consciousness, and through the out of body, you can experience that more, and it's a real thing. People experience it. I'm one out of hundreds and thousands of testimonies of this stuff being real. Some people are more adept and experienced than others, but that doesn't matter, because you have people that have decades of experiences of being out of body, but that don't have a clue of what they're experiencing. They don't have any consciousness of what's happening. They're confused. They're taking medication to rid themselves of whatever they're experiencing. And hopefully, maybe one of those people are watching this video. But the out of body is a real thing, and that you're not going insane. It's legitimate. It's real, and it is a portal. Sleep paralysis that Darius talks about is a portal. It's a gateway. It's a gateway to the other side. Fear is the number one way to control a soul, to control a embodiment of consciousness, a soul, a spirit. That's the number one way to control somebody. And so the outer body, when practiced consciously, can rid you of your fears and your speculations and your skepticism. So take it from me. This is my testimony. This is my experience, what the outer body has done for me, and I will keep continuing on this journey. This is the first video that I'm going to be uploading on this channel, and whoever's watching, is that you are more powerful than you realize. I went on my own personal journey to explore consciousness and the nature of reality. It's a beautiful thing. You know, we're in an interesting time. We're in an interesting period. People are discovering and questioning things about the world, what we've known, what we currently know. And I want to be a part of this, and I want to inspire people that are watching this video to be a part of what's happening, because it truly is a beautiful thing. You don't want to miss it. It's great. It's the Great Awakening. Awakening is paramount to understanding this place that we're in and the beauty that exists here, and know that during the hard times that we chose this experience, and that we chose to remember who we are deep down, that we chose to forget so that we could remember again, remember the beauty and grandness of existence. The out of body and other consciousness explorations and my own personal experience has been paramount for me understanding this. And I just want this to be a testimony to show people that this is possible, and to be as authentic as possible as I can, that this is possible and that you can do it. And whatever doubts that you have, you can break them. They're not real. Your doubts are the limitations that you put on yourself, because you are your biggest judger. There is nobody else that judges you apart from yourself. And the more that you understand that and consciously break those limitations, you can truly become free. I've become free with the out-of-body experiences that I've had. I've become free. I never used to have out-of-body experiences. I used to experience sleep paralysis, but I never understood what it was. I used to experience sleep paralysis, and it's the most terrifying thing ever. It's the most terrifying thing. And the beauty about doing the out-of-bodies are that you can consciously face your fears when you feel scared, but giving yourself the love that you need. And you will get assistance along the way. Trust in that. Trust in that. And you will find what you seek. You will. I can promise you that. So I'll be posting updates. I'll be posting further experiences that I'll be having and explaining certain phenomena that I've experienced, and sharing more information that I've gained from not just out-of-body experiences, but dreams, because dreams are very fundamental to understand as well, because it plays into the greater aspect of our reality. Dreams are also a gateway to the other side, and I'll be explaining more of that. I'll be explaining my understanding of dreams and the further insights that I'll be getting of my out-of-body experiences. I will be sharing, and this is just the first of many to come. And so I thank every last one of you for watching this, and if nobody believes in you, I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to give yourself the love that you feel like you deserve. Know that I care about you. Know that I believe in you. Know that you are your greatest savior. Believe in that. Know that. Trust in that. And take my belief in that. Take my belief in you and use that. I want you to freely use that to your advantage, so you can really see and discover who you are, and to know that you are more than you think that you ever could be. Thank you for watching.